All right, what do we have here? I guess AOC decided to do her best Contrapoints impression. I say that a little facetiously, okay? It's not quite on the same level, but yeah, she's like, I don't know if doubling down is the appropriate term here. She's trying to defend the fact that she voted against Marjorie Taylor Greene's amendment, saying like, "Oh yeah, dude, like totally, I totally had to fucking vote for this thing, vote against this fucking amendment, despite the fact I voted against the actual bill itself for the military funding, which is just like, okay, I understand the point that you're saying that like there was no point of trying to like vote for this fucking amendment, but you're voting against the goddamn sort of like what the military bill itself that's supposed to be like the amendment is being added on to for the bill, yada 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 yada, kind of a bullshit thing. Here's what I have to say. Playing politics and symbolism are two incredibly important things. AOC, you yourself have said and framed yourself very early on after October 7th happened that you are against genocide and fucking apartheid. You were one of the first congresswomen who fucking said, whoa, there's a fucking genocide that's goddamn going on here. And it's really bad and we should not be fucking funding it. Yet, for whatever reason, you are willing and okay to give funding to the sort of defensive sort of weaponry that can enable Israel to use as a fucking fallback point when they decide to sort of like do their stupid, idiotic, belligerent aggression. A really, really good sort of analogy to this is like saying, like, you're giving a bulletproof vest to a school shooter. Why would you do that? Sure, it doesn't help in terms of offensive capabilities when they are conducting a school shooting. However, it's going to make them potentially harder for police to fucking take down while they gallivant about and try to run around killing people in the fucking school because the, the fucking vest can block the bullets, right? That's the thing. That's the real fucking issue here. Or it's like another analogy I've heard about this is like, giving flak cannons for the Nazis to be able to protect themselves from air attacks. It's a That's the sort of like best way to sort of like think about this, right? So it doesn't make any fucking sense that you vote against the amendment that would have stopped the fucking goddamn like $500 million worth of funding for the Iron Dome, but you are voting against the fucking actual military spending package in of itself. It's the same thing that Chuck Schumer did, and literally every Democrat rallied against him, saying, "Don't fucking do this, Chuck Schumer," where he decided to vote for fucking culture for the continuing resolution, and then voted against the actual bill itself, which at that point just needed a simple majority. It's like you could have stopped this when the Republicans needed a supermajority. But he's like, he didn't want to risk a shutdown of the government. It's like, what are you fucking doing? Like, people would have been okay with the shutdown of the government because it would have made it such that, like, you actually would have been able to show yourself as being able to do something and have an expression of power. And you decide to just, like, throw that all away for, like, what reason? Because of, I don't know, you didn't want the government to shut down because it would have hurt your fucking fifis. Like, get the fuck out of here. But what do we got here? Google is free if you're saying I voted for military funding. You are lying. Receipts attached. I don't think anyone is fucking saying that. Are there some dishonest people saying that? Sure, maybe. But, like, no. People are having a problem with the fact that you're providing a bulletproof vest to a school shooter. That's the main issue here. Drag me for my positions all you want, but lying about them doesn't make you part of the left, quote unquote. If you believe neo-Nazis are welcome and operating in good faith, you can have them. Damn, I didn't know that Summer Lee, Rashida Tlaib, Al Green, and Ilhan Omar were neo-Nazis. That seems a little fucking strange for you to be saying that. Like, are you for real? And then she posts the actual fucking thing itself. It doesn't like what are you talking about? Like, what is she on about? Like, it's the same thing again with the Chuck Schumer vote on fucking culture. when he voted yes for that because of some, like, I don't know, probable idiotic procedural bullshit nonsense, and just voted against the fucking continuing resolution bill to begin with. Like, what? The hard part was already done. And again, like, the vote margin was about 422 to 6. Like, that amendment was not going to fucking pass. There was, like, no fucking shot, right? There's other parts of the squad and more, like, sort of, like, progressive Democrats who also voted in favor of that. Looking at you, Rokana, for example, right? Like, AOC's not the only fucking one here. And can we sort of talk about and quibble about, like, how there's, like, a particular sort of hyper fixation about with the left and AOC saying that she's like a psyop and a plant and stuff like that? Yeah, sure, we can have that conversation, right? And I think that those people in particular are quite ridiculous and have no idea about sort of grand strategic importance, right? Like, they don't have any fucking concept about that, because for them, the only reason why they're saying that is because, well, they're in their sort of social circles, and it is efficacious for them to sort of say that in their particular social circles, which is why they say that. But again, I have to agree with their fucking points on this one in particular, because this is just a bad fucking vote. It's very silly. It's stupid. Again, analogy withstanding, you're giving a bulletproof vest to a fucking school shooter so they can continue their, well, abhorrent fucking actions. Because that's the point. Like, the Iron Dome is a fucking defensive tool, a very solid defensive emplacement that the Israeli military can easily fall back to after carrying out whatever fucking belligerence they do in particular Middle Eastern states or in fucking Palestine, for example. That is the fucking issue here. I mean, she continues in, like, fucking blue guy. More like blue sky, right? Am I right, fellas? So people exploiting this false messaging that I voted for a bill plus funding that I quite literally voted no on. The threat environment this morning is scary. Again, nobody is fucking saying this. Like, who is saying this? Who amongst the left who is saying this in particular, right? Like, I know that a bunch of people decided to, throw red paint on her fucking office, right? AOC office vandalized, right? Campaign office vandalized it with anti-Israel message saying that she feeds the fucking genocide. Like, yeah, they're not fucking wrong, to be honest, because again, the Iron Dome is a fucking security tool. It is a defensive tool, yes. However, like people say, a good defense is a good offense, right? It's a very easy, highly advanced fallback point that Israel can use to not be punished for the fact that, well, you know, they are getting away with their complete, utter belligerent nonsense. It's silly. No, Alex, basically the thing that she's complaining about is people saying that she voted for the overall spending package, when that's not what people are fucking having a problem with. They're having a problem with the fact that she voted no on an amendment to the fucking goddamn spending package. That is the issue. And I've already talked about this sort of, like, strategic import that she may be trying to go with here. I failed to see in terms of what, like, strategy AOC is trying to do with the insider game in terms of, like, what favor this particularly curries, right? I think she's already gotten a lot of the favor that she probably needs in order to be able to go for higher office, because I do think that's overall her goal. She wants to go for higher office, I think specifically for Chuck Schumer's seat, which, I mean, I don't think is going to be particularly difficult, considering that Chuck Schumer's approval rating is like 17%. He is very fucking unpopular right now. People do not like Chuck Schumer. So, like, I failed to see exactly what of strategic import is lost if you were to vote yes on this particular amendment. She's already curried a ton of good favor by sending a lot of the extra cash that she has fundraised to the DCCC to a lot of purple districts. Because that's what she fucking wants, right? Like, let's be fucking honest here. She wants to be able to sort of curry favor within the broader Democratic establishment to be able to push for fucking higher office and raise her own national profile. For what purpose? That can be fucking quibbled about. Like, for her own greedy purposes, for her to push her message to a bigger platform, whatever. That can be, like, debated till the cows fucking come home. It's all completely fucking speculative at this point. She might have done some deals, but if she's not going to tell us what those deals are, then it's fair game to criticize her. Exactly. Like, we don't, like, okay, then what did you get out of this? Did you get anything? No? Okay, so then why? Like, hello? Like, what was the point of any of this? It's just strange. It's silly to me. So, going after the fucking left in particular for this is extremely fucking perplexing for me. To me specifically. Because, again, like, the left is not complaining about the fact that you voted no on the overall spending package. That's not it. That's not what they're saying. They're talking specifically about that amendment that would have, I think, earmarked funds within the DoD to purchase the fucking missiles to send to Israel, right? Like, it was the U.S. having funds earmarked for, well, ammunition for the fucking Iron Dome. Which, again, people are saying, like, Israel should be the main people who are bearing the brunt for that. You are essentially providing funds for the fucking goddamn apartheid state in that particular sort of not analogy, in this particular sort of like a shooting down of the fucking amendment, right? So, and again, like I said before, symbolism is very fucking important, right? You have talked about how you are vociferously anti-genocide, and if you say no to the fucking goddamn amendment, like, that's a little bit of a mixed messaging here, which is why I say in particular it is very, very, very strange for her to sort of like have this complete sort of like, I don't know, whiff-waffly sort of position here on the Iron Dome specifically, because it's only just the Iron Dome. Like, it's not with anything else. It's just Iron Dome funding that she seems to have like this particular, I don't know, like, position with. That's why people are having problems with what you are saying, right? It's not just about the fact that it's the Iron Dome. So, again, like, going after the left, saying like, oh, I can't believe you're going after me even though I voted on the overall package. It makes sense that people may have some questions about, like, why is it only just the Iron Dome specifically, but you're not okay with like anything else? That's a little weird. It's still a tool that helps provide cover for the fucking genocide, which is a tool that still aids and abets in the fucking genocide, right? Like, that's the main problem that people are broadly speaking having. And I think that's a reasonable argument. It makes sense, right? Like, that's not ridiculous or fucking hyperbolic to say, to be quite honest. So, yeah, I mean that this is like a sort of Contra style sort of crash out. You know, it's like sort of like, I don't know, a fun little silly meme to sort of like say, like, that's really about it in terms of that. But that's the main problem that people are having. It's just like, yeah, like, why? Why are you sort of like saying these things? But again, like, she's not really going to face many political consequences for this because, again, like, she's just like, you know, she's not really getting dragged in like blue sky for this. And I know like she did not get like really dragged for this at all in terms of on like Instagram as well, because she made the same post like on all of her fucking platforms. So yeah, that's the main problem that people are really having with this. Like, to be quite honest here, like, that's the fucking issue. So, you know, as expected from fucking, I don't know, this really, really strange situation where it's just like, dog, like, that's not the problem that people are fucking having. The people that are having issues with this in particular is just like, why did you decide to fucking vote for this to fucking begin with? Like, that's the issue people are having. Or like, not vote for it, but vote against that fucking amendment. Like, even though you probably knew it wasn't going to pass, so you wouldn't have suffered really much at all politically. Like, again, I'm just perplexed, like I said before in the initial video talking about this, as to what the political strategy here that AOC is trying to do. Like, what favor is she trying to curry? That's really, I think, all I have to say about this.